In the 1990s, the streets belonged to turbocharged monsters. While Japan gave us Skylines and Evos, Europe answered with something leaner, meaner, and forged in the fire of World Rally. This is the Ford Escort RS Cosworth, a turbocharged, all-wheel drive rally icon with a spoiler big enough to land the plane on. Built not just to go fast, but to win. To understand how the Escort RS Cosworth came to life, we've got to talk rally. In the 1980s, Ford had success with the Sierra RS Cosworth, a rear-wheel drive turbocharged sedan built to meet Group A rules after the Group B madness was banned. But the Sierra was getting old, and Ford needed a new contender. The standard Escort, too small, wrong layout. So Ford and Cosworth came up with a brilliant solution. Take the Escort's shell and drop it over a shortened Sierra floor pan. Boom, all-wheel drive and perfect weight distribution. It was a Frankenstein job, but it worked. Ford was gunning for the World Rally Championship, and they needed a road-going version to make the rally car legal. That's where the RS Cosworth enters the picture. Under the hood lived the 2-liter 16-valve turbocharged inline-4, the YBT. Built by Cosworth, this engine was as tough as nails. The early RS Cosworths, built from 1992 to 1994, featured the big Garrett T25 turbo. Those were the real hooligans. Tons of lag, but when boost hit, it hit, like getting kicked in the back by a rhino. But by 1995, Ford made it more manageable for daily use. The 1996 model came with a smaller Garrett T25 turbo, offering better throttle response and a smoother power curve. It still made 227 horsepower and 304 Nm of torque, but the delivery was more civilized. 0 to 100 km came in just over 6 seconds, super quick for the era. Driving the Escort Cosworth wasn't about numbers, it was about feel. The steering was sharp, the all-wheel drive system gave it immense grip, and the Recaro seats hug you in tight. It came with a 5-speed manual transmission, no paddle shifter, no assist, just pure analog engagement. There was no traction control, no ABS in early models, just your right foot and a handful of turbo boost. Wet road, better be ready. But in the hands of a skilled driver, the Cosworth could dance like few others. It felt alive, edgy, raw and beautifully mechanical. And then there's the way it looks. Wide arches, flared fenders, bonnet vents, and that iconic Terrier spoiler, designed by Frank Stephenson. Yes, the guy who later styled the Ferrari F430 and McLaren P1. The Escort Cosworth was one of the first production cars to generate real downforce at the rear. The styling wasn't just aggressive, it was functional. That giant wing helped keep the reel planted at high speed. Combined with the front splitter, this was a machine honed in the wind tunnel as much as it was on rally stages. The RS Cosworth debuted in World Rally Championship in 1993. It wasn't the most dominant car, but it scored stage wins and podiums against stiff competition. Subaru Impreza, Toyota Celica GT4, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Legendary drivers like François Delacour and Carlos Sainz piloted through some of the most iconic rally stages of era. Its handling and durability made it a fan favorite, even if it couldn't always match the pace of newer machines. It helped solidify Ford's legacy in rally and kept the brand relevant in motorsport through the 90s. The 1996 model year marked the final evolution of the Escort RS Cosworth. It retained the same engine but offered a more refined experience. Less lag, more comfort, and a slightly better emissions to comply with regulations. Ford was preparing to move on to the Focus platform, but the Escort Cosworth went out on a high note. The 1996 model year marked the final evolution of the Escort RS Cosworth. It retained the same engine but offered a more refined experience. Less lag, more comfort, and a slightly better emissions to comply with regulations. Ford was preparing to move on to the Focus platform, but the Escort Cosworth went out on a high note. It had matured without losing its edge, a proper send-off to a legendary nameplate. Today, the Escort RS Cosworth is a certificated classic, built in just over 7,000 units, with only 2,500 of them being the smaller turbo lifestyle models like the 1996. It's rare and it's expensive. Prices have skyrocketed. A clean example today, except to pay £60,000 or more. And honestly, it's worth it. This is a piece of automotive history you can actually drive. It's a symbol of when car companies took risks, built machines with soul, and gave us heroes on four wheels. The Escort RS Cosworth wasn't just a car, it was a statement that Ford could hang with the best from Japan and Europe, both on the road and on the rally stages. It's a car that defined a generation of enthusiasts, and it deserves every bit of the love it gets today. Thanks for watching the Racing Helmet. If you loved this deep dive into the Cosworth era, drop a like, subscribe and let me know in the comments. Was this the ultimate 90s rally car? Or does Evo or WRX steal the crown?